With me now, AFC Wimbledon assistant manager Terry Skiverton. Terry, Chesterfield tomorrow in the Cup. Last defeat early October, of course. Third in the National League. They've beaten Northampton. We've got to be really on it for this game, haven't we?
Yeah, I mean, it's got a little bit of inside information on them. Three of the players was at Yeovil, which was Joe Quigley that we sold to Chesterfield. Tom Whedon played for us, and also Tishimanga. So yeah, know a lot about them. Obviously with Paul Cook, they've got a very experienced manager. Alongside a good assistant in Danny Webb, and yeah, this is not. It's not like what it used to be when you come up against teams from the National League. These are one of the powerhouses of the division, and you know they've been in League One before, they've been in League Two, so they've got an unbelievable pedigree in recent years, and we need to make sure that we stand up to it because yeah, they don't know what defeat looks like, and you know they're on a hell of a run, and so are we. So something's got to give, and we're aware of what their strengths are, but also what their weaknesses are as well. And you know we need to make sure that we exploit them, and you know we don't get done with their strengths because they've got some very good players, especially you know the way that Cookie does set his teams up. It's always very expansive, open, and you know they create a lot of chances.
We've got our stories in the FA Cup, but of course as well, some of our viewers may remember, of course, Chesterfield reaching the FA Cup semi-finals in the 1990s, and sadly only last month they lost John Duncan, so I suppose that's going to be another very big motivating force for that club.
Oh, 100%, and you know John was one of the heads of the LMA, and was a real sort of figure in the beginning and making sure that coach education and leadership qualities and skills were brought to the fore within British management, and he was a real forward thinker during that, and he knew what the hard yards was like, and he was a mentor to so many young managers out there, and you know I for one have had help from him in the past, so you know when you know it was such a sad loss, there was a hell of a lot of young managers and coaches up and down the country that owe a lot to people like John Duncan.
And as you said, the current manager as well, Paul Cook, we've come against him many times in the past, and the National League, you know yourself very well, of course, from your time with Yeovil. So competitive now with so many teams that have dropped down, and the money that's in that league at the moment.
Yeah, well, listen, I knew what the figures were when we sold Joe Quigley to Chesterfield, and Tishimanga didn't go cheap neither. So there's a lot of clubs with a lot of pulling power, and again, it's not a little club that we're playing; it's a big club. We're mindful of that, but we're on a good run, and we're positive. We're on the front foot, and no doubt they'll be looking at our strengths and how we're playing at the moment, and be thinking the same thing. So it's going to be two teams on the front foot. Hopefully we're going to have a real sort of partisan atmosphere with the one balls getting behind us, and the boys are ready for tomorrow. That's all I can say is that we're prepared right, we're not underestimating anybody, and you know we're ready to go out there and fight for the cause.
It's good to hear. On the subject of competition for places at the moment, another result for us of course the other night, so you've got a lot of players looking to get in there tomorrow, haven't you?
Brilliant. Everybody's stepping up, and the thing that we've done is even when we've made changes, the team looks the same, our shape looks the same, in and out of possessions look the same, and the momentum's been the same as well. And that's vitally important for everybody in the football club, because to go on runs like this, they can be few and far between, as we know as a football club. What we've got to do is we've got to milk it as much as we can and see how far we can go with it. So you know our mind's on this game, to try and keep the run going, but most importantly with the cup tradition that we have is to make sure that we get through in the next round.
Absolutely. No, of course, Chris Gunter, Carl Hudlin involved tomorrow. Any further absentees since the game the other night?
No further absentees.
Good to see Lee Brown and birthday boy Paul Osso out on the grass as well today. How are they coming along?
Team working us. Nice. Got my guy Brownie.
Yeah, good commentary, PR.
It's brilliant. I think they've been out doing real light bits of with the physios, and you know they're ahead of schedule, and it's really good to see them out there because of the run that we're on and how buoyant everybody is. They'll be missing out. They'll be wanting to be part of it, and they'll be almost trying to rush back. But they've got to be patient and be ready, and both of them will be welcome. Welcome returns for us, for the squad and the team, because they're both excellent players.
Absolutely. One other thing I want to touch upon finally as well. Yet another young England keeper for us as well. Now Spike Britt's getting selected for England under 16s. Credit to him, but also credit yet again to Ashley Bayes. Very funny man, of course, but also we're extremely lucky to have him on the staff, aren't we?
Yeah, I think because of his nature and that, it's, you know, people may look at him in a different way, but since we've come in, you know, how diligently he works with the goalkeepers, as you could see from Tanz's save against Tranmere and the work that he does with Tom Dawes behind the scenes. He's very detailed, he's an excellent football goalkeeping coach, and he's got a really good opinion on the outfield as well, and you know, he's a real loyal Wimbledon man, and when you've got that, they're not just coming in and going home as soon as they can. His heart's in it, and he just keeps knocking them off this production line, and Spike's been up with the first team, and that's how much faith that he has got in you know, in this young goalkeeper, and he's trained, he's been part of it, he's made mistakes with us, but you know, Ash always protects all of the goalkeepers, whether they're the older ones or the younger ones, and he has a lot of hands-on experience with them. Normally a first team keeper will only have the first team keepers, but you know, Ashley has everyone up with him, so they're getting that ground contact time with a, you know, with an excellent football league, you know, goalkeeping coach, and you know, we are very lucky to have him.